Welcome back to Hannity. New questions are being raised tonight about Hillary Clinton's association with her chief of staff at the State Department, Cheryl Mills. Now, the Washington Free Beacon is reporting that Mills was listed as a Clinton Foundation director at the exact same time that she was working for Hillary at the State Department. There are also reports that Mills will not be involved in Hillary's presumed 2016 presidential campaign. Now, author and columnist Roger Stone has been questioning Mills' relationship with Clinton for a while. He joins me now, along with Ken Silverstein, who writes for the Washington Babylon column for the New York Observer and is a contributing editor for Vice. Guys, good to see you. Roger, what do you mean Cheryl Mills, the woman who knew too much?
Well, if you just look at every scandal that's surrounding Hillary Clinton, there she is. We know from the Senate investigation into Benghazi that she's up to her neck in the series of lies the American people have been told about Benghazi. We know that she was working at the State Department at the same time she was at the Clinton Foundation. This was during a time that foreign regimes were giving multi-million-dollar contributions to the Clinton Foundation. We know that she, like Hillary Clinton, did not use a government email, and she was the woman who vetted and reviewed all the emails, deciding what should be destroyed and what should be shown to the American people. And lastly, we know that when the Palm Beach police seized the address book of convicted pedophile and friend of Bill, Jeffrey Epstein, what did they find but Cheryl Mills' unlisted phone number and email address? So every troubling scandal that surrounds Hillary Clinton and her husband seems to feature Cheryl Mills.
Yeah, speaking of the Epstein scandal, Ken, you actually point out that it imperils her presidential prospects. You think this is a bigger deal than most people. I think Roger agrees with you. I agree with you. But the mainstream media hasn't hit on it much. Why?
Well, I mean, I guess to answer the question, partly is the reason that I'm on your show, which is that if it were about Mitt Romney or Jeb Bush or one of the Republican candidates, I'd probably be on MSNBC. I think it's interesting for you to have me on because we're talking about Hillary. But
well, you're the one that wrote the column. I'm following up on your column. So why don't you tell us why you wrote the column and why you think it's a big deal? You think it might imperil her campaign. Why?
Well, I think so, having read Roger Stone and other people, because for the former president, who might be the future husband of the First Lady, or, sorry, the president, it doesn't look good if you're associating with pedophiles.
Convicted pedophile.
This is convicted pedophiles, not alleged or whatever. I mean, the guy's been convicted.
And Roger, he also donated money. You had a piece. After the conviction, he was giving money to the Clinton Foundation. Is that correct?
That is true. He gave a contribution after his conviction, and on top of that, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was given immunity in the non-prosecution agreement of Epstein, basically the pimp who procured underage girls, now works for a foundation that is solely funded by the Clinton Foundation, a nonprofit. She is another woman who was present when Bill Clinton was in Palm Beach with Epstein, was present when President Clinton was on Orgy Island with Epstein. She's another woman who presumably knows too much.
All right, guys, thank you both for being with us. By the way, just for those that want to know where the mainstream media is on all this, we were talking about Jeremiah Wright a year before it became a big national issue. Watch this issue evolve over time. They'll be forced to cover it. And coming up, the man